Hello, everyone. Ryan Carpenter here with No BS Golf, presented by P45 Knuckle Down Golf. We're going to go over a freebie today. This is one of my favorites because you go out there, I don't care where it is, whether it's a YouTube, whether it's a magazine, a book, a TV guy yelling and screaming at you, or whatever. But we got all kinds of things we're working on in the golf swing. Well, some of us anyhow. Some people taking lessons, you name it. And more often than not, what you'll find if you dig in enough or find someone like me who can step in and try to help you figure it out is you got a lot of things you're trying to do that would be helpful and beneficial for sure. But there is a priority list of things within every golf swing. And so whether it be a hitting thing and a releasing thing and a path thing and a face thing and all these things we encounter. I mean, you're golfers. You've heard it all probably by now. If you haven't, if you're new, welcome. Hopefully you're going to get a whole lot out of all of this podcast and YouTube and stuff I'm going to be doing. But you need to understand that there is A, B, C, D. This must happen for this to happen, then for that to happen, then for this to happen, and so on throughout the golf swing. And so, hands down, one of the things we miss every time. It is so disappointing. Out of all the words I could probably use, it's disappointing to see lots of people trying to learn and trying to learn some good stuff, but being able to pick up on the fact and notice that because of something missing, what they're trying to learn is never gonna happen. And there can be many reasons for this, so we can cover that at some point down the road, but just know that it definitely exists. I just saw it again twice this week. And it is what it is. And as much as that's something I would like to call BS, because it kind of is to some degree, unfortunately, there can be many reasons. There can be lack of understanding. There can be lack of, knowing a lot of reasons. So we'll skip that for now. Let's go into what's missing. So we're talking about, I see somebody, they're working on this, this impact drill thing and changing some hand position thing. And this other person was working on a path thing, and trying to orient path different. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. But right away, right out of the gates, what I saw astonished me. Well, maybe not as much today as it did 20 years ago. But that's what's sad about it. I noticed right away that these two players had incredibly bad hand position on the golf club. And so, and what do I say that? Let's stop there for a moment, please. Hand position is what I use to call the grip. I don't like the word grip. How do you grip? Grip is a bad term. You're going to hear this from me a lot. I don't like bad terminology. I like how someone places their hands on a golf club, where they put them, how they put them. I don't like how they grip it. I don't care what they grip it. I don't like that word. Hand placement. And there are some minimums about hand placement on a golf club that, regardless of player, whether you're a big old fader, big old draw player, fairly neutral, straightest shot player, hit it high, hit it low, I don't care. Those are definitions where preferences of how you hold the club can come into play. But by basic definition, how you hold a club is absolutely required in order to develop a whole bunch of other skills in the golf swing. And if your hand placement does not allow for you to learn new skills, you are straight up wasting your time. And that's BS. We ain't doing that. So let's talk about a couple quick things. We're going to go through a quick little lesson today. Hand placement on the club, and we're going to go from a right-handed player with left-hand lead arm being the example today. Has to do with right here. How you put your hand on the relationship with the golf club there. Biggest thing, hands down, no matter what, I don't care what anybody says, you should never have your hand way off the end of the golf club. So if you grip it like this, and you can see a whole bunch of your hand way off the end, you're already dead in the water. No. A little bit of space minimum. Just at least a little, give it a little bit of space, okay? Second, in relation to what we call the top of the club, which would be kind of like in line with the club face there, right? If we look at the parts of the hand, we're going to call it left hand. There's a little poofy section right here in the hand, not the side, underneath there a little bit. That little spot, and then the cradle of the index finger. So when I curl it up there. There's a little cradle right there. Sit right there. Those 2 points of reference are hands down the most important part for putting a hand on the golf club. And here's why. If that's not sitting underneath, and if that's not in the cradle, you can't balance that golf club. See how that balances right there? I can hit it. Nice and leveraged is what it's called. It's a leverage position. Most players want to hold it somewhere way more in the middle, like so, with the bottom of the hand way underneath or over to the front side. That is hands down the most important part to holding a golf club. Period. The end. I don't care whatever else you've heard. That position alone defines the ability for a player to then learn or not learn other things they want to learn on the golf swing. Striking, path, lagging. From the last video, I hate that term. I don't care what it is. All kinds of things, movements, positions, so on and so forth that we want to try to get into with players all stem from how they hold that golf club. Now, how the right hand comes in, positioning, the relationship to the face with that as well all come into play. But that is absolutely the most important part. And if you don't have your hand on that golf club like that, I got news for you. You might as well go bowling, folks. Because everything you're trying to do, A, likely not going to happen. B, not going to happen with a good relation to this guy right here. Oh, Mr. Golf Club Face. We want to hit the ball in the face, don't we? Real good, real high, real far, real straight. Yep. Not going to happen. You're going to have all kinds of instability. You're going to have all kinds of inabilities to ever develop really, truly solid, consistent, long-lasting strikes. And so hand placement is hands down one of the most important things, because as we begin to then take you along the journey of learning all kinds of other stuff we want you to learn as players, if that hand placement doesn't get developed, and trust me, first time you put your hand on your club like that, I wish you were in front of me. I've seen it a million times. You're going to go, ugh, I don't like the way that feel. I know. Because you haven't been holding it that way. So there's the first sign right out of the gate. You're going to go, no likey. So here's how you get past that, right? Front hand on the club only. Go take about 400 or 500 golf balls. You can do this in your, by the way, your living room, your garage, your net in the backyard, whatever. Hit like little, just like 20-yard chip shots. Just trying to control the golf club and get used to click, 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 click over and over again. Just get used to what it's like to negotiate the club, first of all, without a lot of speed. We don't want no speed yet, not yet. Get used to that feel of that, okay, where is that club face? Oh, okay, that's what it feels like when it goes through that ball and on the turf. Oh, wow, that's weird. And I'll tell you right now, from experience, as soon as you've coordinated and you've found some really good impacts with that thing, it's like a tuning fork. It's going to go off. You're going to be like, oh, whoa, that is so different. And if you do it really well, it's going to feel good, different in a good way. So that's how I would go about getting you started on something like that. Get hundreds and hundreds of just little. You can do it watching the Players Championship this week if you want to. Go for it. Eventually you're going to get used to it, and eventually that little weird thing is just going to disappear, and all of a sudden you're going to be really adapted to a good. Oh, by the way, too, if you've ever wondered why some of them players out there go through like 1, maybe 2 golf clubs all summer long. Hi, how you doing? I'm in a really hot and humid part of the country, too. I don't wear out my glove. One is because I don't hold my hand off the end of the club. That's the first thing that rips through that glove over and over again every time you swing that golf club. 2, my hand placement. I don't lose stability to the golf club. I can hit this thing hard as I want all day long. I don't lose stability, and that stability allows me to strike a golf club all day long. So, that's a little quick intro into how to hold the club and how important it is. As always, if you have any questions or want to get back to me, responses below anytime you want right here on YouTube. Hit me up on Twitter, P45KDG, so at P45KDG, or email me anytime, P45knuckledowngolf@gmail.com, and I'm always here. So, hope you enjoyed that. Be sure to subscribe as well, hit the pound like button, and share this thing out there on the old World Wide Web, out there on the Twitterverse. We'll see you later, folks. Take care.